Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Molly's Firehouse. Thought we would do a garden tour today, bird garden tour and garden tour. And the snow is already starting to melt a little bit. I also have my yardstick. So here at the end, we're going to see how much snow we actually got. So here we go. I have Bowden with me. Now we had quite the snowstorm. Boy, this snow is hard as a rock. We had actually, look at that, my foot's not even going down. Wow. We had a lot of sleet, and we were very lucky that, wow, need to be careful. I think I'll walk in my previous steps here. Here is, looks like, gosh, I'm not sure what kind of tracks those are. Here are some bird tracks. If you know what kind of tracks these are, let me know. Here's a bunch. Boy, they've really been over here, haven't they? This must be from Bowden. These are Bowden's tracks. You can see we have a lot of birds at the bird garden. I'm getting ready to feed them here in a little bit. See what the snow is right here. That is hard as a rock. Well, we're going to have to check that out somewhere else. Those little prints, so cute. Unfortunately, our snow shovel broke, and so we aren't able to clear a path, which would actually have been really nice. Look at all those little feet prints. Wow. Sorry, it's taking me a little bit. There we go. It's 20 degrees out now, so it's a little nippy. There we go. So here we are at the bird garden, and I'm going to be putting out some food here in just a little bit. Wanted to go ahead and walk through the yard first. Have our two cameras there. We have our bird feed camera, which does our live stream, and we're actually streaming right now. Hi everybody. And then we have our high bird camera, which is the camera, high resolution 4K camera that makes all the incredible videos that we make with the high resolution. We'll put the links to both the cameras in the comment section. So here, all the bird prints. Here is this side of the bird garden. And this is where the birds like to hang out, in this Crepe Myrtle. This is where they perch and they get ready for their turn at. This is where we Skyped back when Skype was a thing, before all the other virtual media platforms. So we Skyped in here with children from 34 countries and 50 states. Here is our very first bird garden, and we have this little fence around it to keep the dog from getting in. We have a heated bird bath, a high bird feeder, as well as a feeder, and I need to fill those up as well. And these are limbs from trees, and we have those up for the birds to perch on, and also some sunflower stalks. So that's very handy because the birds spend a lot of time there. This is a dogwood that we planted, I think it's either 3 or 4 years ago. I'm so glad it made it through the storm. because it's finally growing. This is the clubhouse, the front of the clubhouse, bird garden. Here's the second bird garden. Wow, this is really amazing because I'm walking right on the top of this and it is packed. I don't even know how. That is ice. My goodness. Well, let's just take a moment and enjoy the view. This year we left, as we do every year, we leave the limbs and that sort of thing here in the backyard. Ow, whoops, I gotta be careful. Oh boy, in the backyard. So the birds can have some shelter during the winter. Gonna have to be really careful in this snow. Actually, this ice. See some bunny tracks right there? Look how glimmery the snow is. Over there is the sunflower garden, and I purposely left the stalks up so I could have the seeds, which they've already eaten all the seeds by now, but they enjoy just perching on those stalks. Right there is our bird garden, and there's another dogwood and our greenhouse. So I'm going to walk very slowly. Like I said, this is just ice. Don't know how much, but I'd say probably 6 inches, maybe 8. The snow came down off the greenhouse, and I was really worried about the roof on that. We just had it replaced, and if we would have had an ice storm instead of sleet, we probably would have lost that roof. So I'm glad that it's still in one piece. Got to get Bowden inside here in just a few minutes. So it is too cold for us to be out. Here is, whoa, Bowden's prints. Here is Molly's Memorial Garden. Back when Molly was alive, she was born in 2012, and she lived until she was 10 years old. She crossed over the Rainbow Bridge on December 27th, 2022. And the next spring, after she crossed over, our yard, at the time, if you could believe it, we had nothing, absolutely nothing. And after she passed, I decided to make some special places in her memory, and one of them was the Molly's Memorial Garden. And it's a very special place. Molly used to love to come outside with me, watch the birds. And believe it or not, I wasn't into birds really. I wasn't into being outside or gardening. And then once she passed, I got inspired to spend more time with nature outside. It has been a blessing to be able to spend the time out here. Okay, I think that's as far as I'm going to go because the snow, don't want to hurt my knee or anything like that. Let's work our way back to the house, and it is time to feed the birds. This is another place birds like to hang out, so we don't trim our bushes. We leave them just like they are. It's great to be able to provide the birds with a shelter from the cold, from predators, that sort of thing. So we leave everything up. So you could tell they really enjoy this area. We put everything close here to the house. Normally we keep these items with all of our bird food and squirrel food in the greenhouse, but we didn't have to want to walk out there during this storm, and I'm really glad we did that because it's too cold and also it's just not safe to be out there. We have some black sunflower seeds. We try to do about half and half. And if you would like to help support the birds, we have our channel down in the link. It would help us with the bird seed and other items needed to be able to feed them. So you could see, I mean, this was a brand new bag a couple of days ago and we're almost out. And we mixed it together. And now for the fun part. And here we have our acorns, and these are acorns that we have picked up on our travels. We don't have any oak trees in our yard because of the tornado of 2011. We lost 7 trees. So we're going to give them a little extra treat today. We're also going to give the squirrels an ear of corn, which is one of the special treats that they get. And we'll tie this back up when we get back. Let's go ahead and mix in our acorns. All right. Let's go feed the birds and the squirrels. In the comments, how much snow you got, if you did get some snow, what the weather's like where you live. Maybe you're lucky to live where it doesn't snow. I tell you, this is just hard as a rock. I can't get close to that swing. I tell you what, the birds and the squirrels love that swing. We just got that last week. A lot of eyes on me right now. Whew. Hi, if you're watching us from our live stream, feeding the birds and the squirrels, keeping everybody happy. Normally I fill in more of the garden with food, but I don't want to get hurt. Whew. Walking around there, so there we go. And morning chores are done.
If this video brought a little bit of peace to your day, imagine a whole garden of it waiting for you. Subscribe right now and ring that little bell so you'll never miss another moment of nature's beauty from the Firehouse Bird Garden. Thanks for watching and have a great day.